What is going on? It's your boy Brandon Combs from the Man Hour. If you have not downloaded Thrive Fantasy yet, I am not sure what you're waiting for. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or Play Store by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today. Use promo code MANHOUR when you sign up today, and you will receive an instant match bonus up to $50 on your first deposit of $20 or more. That's promo code MANHOUR, thrivefantasy.com.
Patriots 6-7 on the season, battling the Miami Dolphins 8-5 at home. Brandon Combs, tell me why your boys Patriots are going to win this week over the Miami Dolphins.
They're not.
Because they're going to go 9-7,
right? Look, I can't tell you that they're going to win or why they're going to win. I can tell you what they need to do to win. What they need to do to win is play a spotless on the offensive side of the ball. Cam Newton has to have a game where he is not turning over the ball. No fumbles, no interceptions. Read your progressions. Check down when you need to. Take off when you need to. Run the ball successfully. But look, that's what they need to do to win. The defense needs to come to play too, because again, this Miami Dolphins team is sneaky good on offense. If you let them, if you give them any sense that they can score on you, they're going to score on you a lot. And so you've got to go out there. You got to hit Tua in the mouth. You've got to establish dominance on the front seven and in the pass rush. And you have to play spotless football on the offensive side. I'm not so sure they're capable of doing so.
Yeah, and speaking of Tua, he did go 28 for 48 last week, 316 yards with the 58% completion rating with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. So, Wyatt, tell me why Tua and the Miami Dolphins are going to win this week over the New England Patriots.
Well, the first thing I want to start with here is if you can find a way to neutralize Cam Newton in the run game, I'm going to say probably 90% of teams playing the New England Patriots are going to win. Because simply that's all they are now is QB run, hand it off, QB run, then hand it off. I mean, they don't pass much at all. And when they do, Cam Newton, we've seen his arm be incredibly inaccurate at times this year. Now, the second thing, as we were talking about for Tua, it's got to be Tua time. He played just as good, in my opinion, possibly, if not better, than Patrick Mahomes last week when he threw 3 picks. The other thing, Gesicki, Parker, and Gaskins are all at risk of being out. That is the 3 biggest weapons for this offense. If they are going to be out, it's not going to look good because that COVID and IR list has to ease up on the Miami Dolphins, or they're going to go from a playoff caliber team to a no playoff caliber team.
So, Wyatt, before I kick it back over to Combs, over there, you named 3 big offensive threats that are going to be out this week. So, is it more important for the Tua to have Tua time and air the ball out like he did last week versus the Kansas City Chiefs, or is it time for that defense to step up and kind of flex on people like they were earlier in the year?
I think actually it's funny because I'm going to go with a little bit of both here, kind of 50 and 50. Tua's got to work very well, find his weapons, whatever weapons it ends up being out there. I mean, they got all kinds of guys out. Wilson is out as well. So that's really going to struggle on him. So if he's able to improvise, get the ball downfield accurately, it can really help them, as well as what we've seen the defense do earlier this year. The defense has got to get back to playing the form they were playing earlier in the year.
And then, Brandon, speaking of the New England Patriots and Cam Newton and his passing game has been pretty anemic for the Patriots the last 3 games. Newton has 16 attempts, 19 attempts, and 18 attempts. What is most important for the New England offense in this game? Is it trying to get the ball down the field and then kind of going point and point for the Miami Dolphins, or just to keep Miami's offense off of the field?
Keep Miami's offense off of the field. Run the ball, establish drives. Short passes is going to be the way to go here. You've got to keep Cam Newton confident, and you're not going to keep him confident if you're trying to go downfield because he's just not there. Whatever is going on with his mechanics, he's not turning it into it. His hips, he's still worried about it. So I would say your short game here is what you're really looking to establish. Short passes, run game, and keep Miami's offense off the field as much as possible.
I just think it's really interesting because at the beginning of the year, we were really talking about, like, how will these two teams move forward? I mean, especially with the quarterback position. Both teams really saw a huge impact change on quarterback position. I mean, the Patriots lost the greatest quarterback of all time. You don't bounce back from that very easily. And not only did they lose the greatest quarterback of all time, who is possibly, other than Peyton Manning in my lifetime, probably the most unmobile quarterback ever, they replace him with a run-first quarterback who is literally, he runs it like 24/7, or he hands it off. That's what Cam Newton does. And then when you look at Miami, for the first part of the season, they couldn't figure out if Fitzpatrick or Tua was the guy, and then eventually just went with Tua, and then there was a bunch of drama surrounding that. So I just find it funny how both these teams are really still fighting for a playoff spot. Essentially, whoever wins this could
Nation.
lock up that.
Thanks for checking out that Man Hour clip. You can check out the full episode in the link below in the description, or you can check us live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. East Coast time on youtube.com/Man Hour. Or you can download the podcast form on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well. Man Hour Nation, stand up.